tea people, it is time. Some Sheng Puerh today from Viet tea. This is the, am I going to be able to pronounce it correctly? Son La? I don't know. Let's get in here. Look at that. Yep. Beautiful cake. This is their spring production. I don't think they even have this listed on their website. They have an autumn production that I think is available. This one is definitely not anymore. I don't actually know when this Maucha was produced, but this was pressed in 2024. Medium. Beautiful white. Not too many Hong Kong leaves, yellow leaves. Come on. Okay, and then here we are. Sonla prefixture. So we've had a lot of tea right from this black tea, green tea, white tea from this northern border into Yunnan. This is a little bit farther south. Yeah, excited to give this a shot. Do a rinse in here. Should I do more leaf? Let's see how this fares. Quite green. Interestingly, I don't know what the actual... Maybe I'm looking at this. Huh, interesting. So we're kind of directly due east of Iwu. Laos is kind of gonna be there, but a little bit southeast, but pretty much directly east. So we'll see how these go. Beautiful color. Smell was really nice. Kind of reminiscent, honestly, of Iwu. What do I know? Gosh, I'm not going to be able to dig it up right now. Oh, I need to get a teacup. Excuse me. But the reason that this one is up higher up in the pecking order on the episode series list here, which just gets the backlog is insane, y'all. Is from a commenter. So thank you. If you, yeah, feel free to comment. Let me know what your favorite teas are. I might just have a sample. 1 second, I'm gonna grab a teacup. Hold on. Okay, so get my schnozzle in here. Ooh, a lot of hay. Definitely kind of yerba mate thing going on. Nice sweetness. Ooh, like a nice fruit, kind of a fruit thing going on. Oh, interesting. Kind of like a peachy. Peachy's like guava kind of a thing. Wow, this actually has a lot going on. A little bit of flower. Flowers happening in there. Looks quite young to me in terms of the soup color. We would notice a much, even now in the cup actually looks a little bit redder, but yeah, it looks quite yellow. The leaves themselves, not super green. They definitely have been aged, or fermented rather. But you can see there's quite a bit of green in there. Yeah. Shout out to Steve. Thanks for sending this out. Cheers. Quite sweet. Quite sugary sweet. Yeah, it's an interesting kind of Iwu thing going on a little bit in this. I see the difference in Iwu is that there's a basiness on Iwus that I'm not noticing as much here. Then again, I'm not using the most leaf here. This is my first steeping, so I'm going in totally blind. This is all just feel. Really a nice flowery, perfumey thing. I'm not noticing the fruit very much yet. I'm going to trudge forward. Sacrilege. 205 Fahrenheit water. Was boiling to start there. Turn the water up to boil again here. No bitterness or astringency at all. Lacking maybe a little bit of those basier notes from an Iwu tea, but actually for a Sheng Puerh, this is something that I kind of like. Wow, a little bit of smoke and a lot of those white tea flavors that I have been enjoying from Viet Sun. And some kind of like curry earthiness, like turmeric's kind of a turmericy kind of a smell. Wow, I'm enjoying that a lot in terms of my nose. Someone asked why the high pour. Hopefully you can see that long stream of water there cooling off. Purely a matter of increasing the surface area exposure to the colder air. Fluid dynamics. Cheers. Okay. Basiness coming in a little bit. More of a dusty desert earthiness. More of that curry. Yeah, kind of like a yerba mate meets turmeric thing. This is kind of nice. Gosh, that sounded really derogatory. I'm so sorry, Steve. I'm surprised because this is not a region I think of when I think of Puerh, but and technically this is Heicha, but this is nice. A little astringency now. Some of the fruit notes, very kind of soft wisps in there. Really a nice kind of sweet Iwu sugariness to it. Definitely drinking all this one. Cheers. Yum. Excuse me. I'm gonna flash deep this one. Boiling water. Some astringency there. Really strong sweetness. Really nice. I'm really pleasantly surprised. It's really clean. You're not gonna really notice any storage experience taste on something that's so green and young like this. So it's really a matter of the material speaking and the processing. But yeah, quite a yellow liqueur. This is my kind of young tea. It's not so sugary sweet. It's got a bit of earth in it, a bit of that dustiness. This is a tea that is absolutely, in my opinion, not to be aged. It is really ready right now. Yeah, I like the complexion of this quite a bit. The profile is really familiar, but yeah, quite nice. Cheers. Make sure I don't burn myself. You know, I think the one, I don't want to say lacking, but it's just missing a little bit of the breadth, a little bit of the, it's just not fair even to really expect something like that from a young tea like this that is so fresh and ready to be drank right now. But I kind of feel like it's going to 9 instead of 10, you know, and sometimes these go to 11. Shout out. This is really pleasant and pretty fun. I mean, yeah, pretty different, honestly. Because here's the difference about it. There's a floral thing happening on this, a high noted floral thing that really reminds me of crisp green tea, maybe even some jade oolongs. It's really nice. Coming out now much stronger. The dusty earthiness is fading a little bit. Balance on this is really interesting. This is good. I like this, actually. I like this profile. It's an interesting combination of flavors. Not really tasting any of the fruit at all. Okay. Cheers. Definitely the best steeping. Wow, this is getting better and better. Not super dynamic, which is good, honestly. Okay, back to 205 degree water or so. I think the flash steeping is going to help with the astringency. Not sure all about longevity on something like this. Really nice Hongcha. Sorry, not Hongcha. Weigon. Yeah. The astringency will build, right, as those compounds hang out in your mouth. A little cooling. Cheers. The sugary sweetness is now being overshadowed a little bit in a good way by the floral notes on this. It's like a kind of a wisteria thing. Yeah, into this, definitely. Interesting. That's what I have to say. This is the spring Songla. Excuse me. I'm just, hopefully my drinking speaks for itself. It's very high noted. That's the one thing that maybe is not a complaint, but just it's very narrow banded in that high noted flavor profile. There's that kind of a little bit of the basier notes of the yerba mate hay thing. That turmeric spiciness has gone a little bit. It's certainly Sheng Puerh. It's not, but it's not very peaty. I'm not really noticing any of the smoke. It's not, has, of course, being so young, it has none of that kind of soil, woody, compost complex. Very sweet. Okay. Pleasantly surprised. And again, no shade. It's just Puerh is kind of finicky. And yeah. I'm going in for more. Yeah, I'm probably gonna stop here in terms of filming, but this is great. Okay, thank you for the comment. I'll be honest, I had one of the other Shengs from Viet, and I didn't love it, and so I have 2 more yet to drink. This is really nice. I like this profile a lot. I like this style of processing. All right, whatever. I'm getting back in here. Nice and warming. Let this hang out for a sec. Yeah, I'd say, you know, I say that the only, I just wish there was a little bit more oomph on this, a bit more balance through the mid and bassier notes. But I don't want to sacrifice those high flowery notes. So I don't know if you could actually produce it in a way where you're finding a balance on all those kind of through the register, if you will. Cheers. Okay, a bit more peaty now. God, this is actually fairly dynamic too. The sweetness is just exquisite. Okay, all right. If you're into young tea, young Heicha, I'd say pick this up. This is good. I think actually I'm going to save the second half of this, and I'm not. I might bring this on with James. Frankly, this is yes, very different, but it's not very different. Sorry, it's on the edges of normal for a young Sheng Puerh. I'm getting that peach in there too now. Interesting. Viscosity now kind of a 3 of 10, 3.5 out of 10. Astringency still there. Okay. That's a lot. A lot of talking, a lot of drinking. Wow. Feeling good. And check this out. This is something to look for 2025. So I'm guessing this is going to come out kind of like May-ish probably this year. We'll see. But I would definitely recommend the spring version of this. They do still have some of the autumn cake. Looks like nope, they don't even have the cakes anymore. 200 gram cakes, just 25 gram samples for $6.40. I think for getting into the young, sugary, sweet, raw Puerh flavor profile, this is a very affordable and very yummy introduction. Again, don't expect some of those deep bassy notes that you're going to get in that kind of Iwu style, where you can have both really high noted sugary sweet and a lot of promise in those kind of bassier profiles. Instead, this is going to be something that is just ready now. It's crisp, it's sweet. Crisp is not the right word to use, but high noted, floral, delicious. Check this one out. Subscribe, do all the stuff. Like the video if you like the video, comment. Let me know what Viet Sun teas that you guys are drinking at home. Love you guys. Bye.